G'day everyone, welcome to another episode of HT Monaro build. It's been a while, hasn't it? Well, the old girl's still here and work's still in progress. Haven't done a lot, been busy. Look, I'll give you a quick rundown actually. So I don't know what I showed you last time, but through here we've had new concrete put down. Finally the new shed's up. For those of you who've been watching my channel for quite a while, you'll know I had my old shed, and yeah, so you know, a lot of stuff going on around home. Just painted this fence yesterday. I've reshooted the patio roof. We've colour bond, and I'm putting a ceiling in there. A quick rundown: bloody outdoor fireplace is going to go over here. Glass, 3-door glass fridge, big built-in barbecue, kegerator so we can pour beers. I'll have a sink, hot and cold water over here. So anyway, all that's happening. The shed's up. Got the concrete all the way through the back here. Used to have lawn. For those that have been watching a while, you'll remember. So the boat just fits in there. Got rid of all the lawn to make things easier on me. Anyway, I'll take a quick spin inside the shed. So this is the new shed, which I'm stoked with. Put the mezzanine up there and build a good solid workbench. At the moment, just doing a rebuild on the engine on this KX 450, my son's. Yeah, get a bit of shit lying around up here because, you know, doing the rebuild on that. So anyway, that's a quick rundown of all that. You didn't really need to know, but thought I'd share. And there's one big project that's also been happening. Is finally got our pool in. So the plan with this is once the boundary wall's been built, I'll render that wall, and we'll be able to get concrete down in here and get the glass pool fencing. There's a decking going up over the back corner over there. So look, heaps going on. That's my excuse why I'm not working on the car, and I'm sticking to it. But I do want to do some work on it. So I've got a couple of things to do. I've got this fuel tank that's just sitting in there that needs to have a kit put through it. This auto fuel tank sealer kit is from KBS. So I've got to do that. But before I do that, I've got to drill the holes for the fuel pump. This is the Aeromotive Phantom series fuel pump. So that'll need to be mounted on top. So and right next to that, you can see, is the Motorfab rear end, left and right. So single mono leaf suspension setup from Motorfab. So I've got to put that in. The other thing I wanted to do, if I can, is get the headers on. So I'll just give this a bit of tidy up. That's just the old bloody liquid gasket, whatever you call it, cement. Give these a bit of a polish up, clean the surface under here, and hopefully they'll slip into place without too many issues. Although, just looking at it, I hope that steering box doesn't have to come out, because if it does, I've done it in all the wrong orders. So that's where we're at. I know you haven't heard from me for a while, but yeah, look, there's a good reason for that, and you can see what we've been achieving around the house, and trying to get done before summer. So yeah, poor old car's bloody taking a back burner. The thing with the car is, you know, I don't want to have to rush it and not enjoy the build. Like, I actually want to enjoy doing the build. So you know, I'm not going to just rush it and get shit done just for the sake of this YouTube channel or anything really. I want to enjoy it. I'd like to get it done by the end of the year, but with that, I've got to build that outdoor kitchen out of brick. So the whole thing's going to be brick. Put all the sinks in and all that sort of stuff. And the fireplace, that's going to be all the way to the roof with this stacked stone, and the whole barbecue is going to be clad with that. So, and then we'll probably mount a TV around about here somewhere, and put laser sheeting down from the roof to the fence. So, heaps going on, and this is the stuff we're lining the ceiling with. So, heaps going on, and the car's just taking a bit of a back burner at this stage. So it is what it is, and I'll get around to doing it when I've got time. So might have a bit of play now and see what we can achieve. Hang with me, and we'll get into it. Thanks, guys. Righto, so what I've done here is just got some sandpaper, and I've just given these surfaces a bit of a going over, so they're clean now. That's all good. And then the other one I've cleaned up, so just these marks and whatever. Just run it over and give it a bit of a quick polish on the buffer machine over here. And then what I'm doing is I'm about to clean the mating surface on the cylinder head. So just pulled all the leads out, and I'll just get this stuff off. Give it a gentle bit of a sand down and make sure that's clean. And then I'll probably just clean the thread on these with the wire wheel on the wire wheel, and then we'll put it back in. I've got new gaskets here, so we'll see how it goes. New gaskets. So I'll do the easy side first, and then I don't know if that other one, how hard that's going to be with the starter motor in and the steering box and whatever might have to come up from underneath. So anyway, we'll do the easy side, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Thanks. So I've just been through and cleaned up all the bolts, all the mating surfaces, and given them a quick polish. I wasn't too, didn't polish them, properly. Got the new gasket here, so let's throw it on and see how we go. Let's set the camera up. Trying not to bloody drop the headers on the paintwork. Let's rip those spark plugs out first, I think. Yeah, she definitely needs a good tune. She's definitely running rich there. I mean, I've only ever had that engine idling on the engine stand, apart from when it was running, and it hasn't been run with a full set of full exhaust. And I was told by the engine builder that once the exhaust is on, I'll probably need to drop down a couple of jets in the carburetor, jet size. So my intention's to get the car tuned again with the full exhaust on. And I think they need to remap the distributor electronically. If it, oh, actually I don't know if it's electronically or not, but to get that distributor remapped. And it's an electronic ignition, of course. But straight away, doing this, I can see that that other side's gonna be a bitch. Definitely probably have to come from underneath for the other side. Even then I might be pushing shit uphill to get them on, to be honest with you, without removing starter motor or something like that. Alright. Let's torque them up. Alright, I need to get a ring spanner to get onto those other two, but at least that's one side in. It was always important to me to be able to change the spark plugs without taking the headers off, obviously. So these are custom made headers by Tapped Race Pipes. I had them done quite a long time ago. Yeah, we can get in there. It's not perfect, but it is accessible with the right tools and the right amount of swearing. But anyway, another job done for one side anyway. I'll have a play around with the other side. Like I say, I think that's going to be nowhere near as easy. Sorry about the finger. Yeah, nowhere near as easy. I'll probably come up from underneath, I think, would be the easiest way. So let me have a play around with that, and I'll come back to you once I've got that nailed. Thanks. So just as I expected, it's not going to go smoothly. I might have to pull that steering box out, or the starter motor, or both. So yeah, I've been up under there and it's not going smoothly. So anyway, we'll keep boxing on with it and see which angle of attack I take in the end. Righto, I'm underneath the car here. I've pulled out the steering box, which isn't that big a job really, I guess. There it is there. So let's try and set the camera up and see if we can get a bit of an action shot of getting these headers put in. Hopefully you can see something there. I'm not sure if you can or not. Sorry about the fingers. Right, let's see if we can get these in here now. I'll be spewing if we can't. Oh, beautiful. There we go. Right, they just need to sit there and I'll get in from the top. You probably couldn't even see anything. Right, so they just sort of slipped in there, beautiful, without the steering box in the way. So I'll get up above and mount them. There they are. Beautiful. Righto. 2 headers. Custom made, fitted. All I need to do now is put that friggin' steering box back in. So I'll get to it. Morning everyone. Gonna do a little bit more work on the HT, and it just come to my attention that I haven't showed you the bumpers yet. The old number plate. It's all been fitted. Truth be told, these bumpers aren't fitted properly at the moment. They're a little bit loose. I've got to work out how to do these corners and properly adjust it. But it's I ran out of time last time I was playing with them. The front one's on as well. So looking all good there. Looking slick, looking like a real car. So yesterday, we finished that steering box, so that's done. And the headers, so that's another job off the list. I pulled the fuel tank out and I'm about to fit that Phantom 200 series fuel pump to the fuel tank. So that's in the other shed, so I'll bring you over there shortly, and we're going to start on that. Bought the hole saw yesterday, had to buy a 3¼ inch hole saw to be able to drill that. Yeah, so another job off the list, and we'll keep boxing on with it. And one other thing is I've got these grill and radiator supports, or whatever they are. I can't remember exactly what they are. They've been painted up. So one of the next few jobs I'll do is pull this radiator out of the engine stand. I've got to give it a bit of a tickle up because it's got a few marks on it, unfortunately, where some battery acid hit it. So that needs a bit of a clean up and just a refurb. It's actually a brand new radiator, really nice bit of gear. So once that's done, I'll be able to whack that in the car and securely mount the grill without these cable ties. So that'll be another job soon. I'll get around to doing that one soon. Cheers. So I'm just having a look at these instructions. This will pop down. It says to mount it in the deepest part of the tank, which makes sense. So I feel like that's probably the deepest part of the tank there. That'll go down. This rubber will sandwich between this. This goes inside the tank and up, and then we just tighten them down with this keeper. Was I holding the camera on all that? Sorry if I wasn't. Alright guys, I've got a bit of an issue here, a bit of a setback in relation to this fuel pump. So what happens is, this is my 3¼ inch hole saw. I've got to cut a hole there, and then this slips in from underneath and sandwiches between the surface here, and then fuel pump comes down, sits through there, and then there's little nuts that go for each one of those. All these little nuts in the bag here. So here's the fuel pump itself. So the issue we've got is if I was to hole saw that and drill that there, obviously with the rib, it's not going to mount underneath, it's not going to mount flat. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to progress with that until that's cut out, until I work out how to tap that up. Hopefully you can hear me because it's raining outside. So, but yeah, need to work that part out. So, unfortunately, just in case you don't know, this bucket sits in there as well, and it that sits in there like that, and the fuel pump sort of goes inside there, and that's how that works. What I want to do with this tank is do the sealing kit, and I have got a spray gun. Now I've got my compressor and all that set up in here. I've just got this drying equipment to mount, so I can dry the air a bit better. And once that's done, I'll be able to utilise the compressor to do some spray painting. So I want to spray paint that tank there, get it smicko. So what I could do is just clean up these edges today until I work out what I'm going to do there. I'll probably end up having to cut that out and then maybe just cut just a little bit more out and utilise maybe some of this and weld it back in there. So that's probably what my thought process is at the moment. It does sort of smell a little bit in there of fuel, so I'm going to have to, you know, make sure that I don't have any fuel in there. Now I've just put you probably can't see, but the fuel tank is in really good nick in there. There's no rust or anything. I don't know if you can see that, but I still want to do the sealing kits. Over 50 years old, so a bit of a setback there, but anyway, I'll box on and come up with a bit of a game plan as to what I'm going to do here, and probably able to weld that myself, I reckon, or whether you slice it and then just run a weld in there and then sand it. I don't know. I'll have to talk to some mates that are welders or whatever and see what they reckon. Alright, so here's the plan, and I'm hitting you guys up for advice because there's a lot of people here that know better than me. Quick background on this fuel tank: it's been out of the car for about 7 years. Had a rag stuffed in the end here. It still smells of smelly stale fuel, but there's no fuel in it. But you pop your nose into the filler, and you can still, it's just that stale fuel smell, but I wouldn't say it's a fresh fuel smell. So I've got two questions. First of all, what do you think? Do I need to cut that out with a hole saw there, and then also cut a section out there and here where the rib is, and then just weld a bit of flat, like start bending that up, and then where that rib is here, should I say, and here, to finish that rib there, and then sort of just weld that up? How do you go about doing that? What do you think is the best thing to facilitate that being mounted inside the tank like so? What's your thoughts? And before I go hole sawing that, do you think there's a risk of fire with that 7-year-old stale fuel smell in there? It's got oily residue of fuel in there, but there's no fuel sloshing around. It's been 7 years and it's sat there. So fill it with water, you know, carbon monoxide. What's the go there, people? If you could let me know, that'd be great. And I can box on with that one, get some advice. Yeah, yell out to me if you can, thanks, and leave a comment and let me know what's the best course of action for that, please. Thank you. But unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to get it to do this job today, so that might be the end of it, unfortunately, for this one. Not much more I can do. So, look, thanks. Just a short episode today. Thanks for coming in and watching again. I wanted to get this out to let you know that I was still progressing. Obviously things move slowly with all the work that you can see that I've been doing and all that. And it is what it is. So, look, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Give us a like and a subscribe. And look forward to getting another one out soon to get this bloody car finished. Thanks everyone. Cheers.